Welcome to Cumbias Customs. In today's video I'm going to show you how to change a head unit radio system on a 2008 Toyota RAV4, which is a third gen from 2006 to 2012. This radio system is going to come with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, backup camera. You'll also keep the steering wheel control, so that's a bonus. It has its own GPS system. You can use all the apps you actually use on your phone, including Netflix and YouTube, so that's a bonus. The head unit itself is a 10-inch screen. There's a lot of other options. This one's just the biggest screen we could get for this Toyota RAV4, but there are also smaller versions if you don't want something this big. It actually, the vents on top actually do change the direction and they blow up, but you can get a smaller screen and actually fix that. The one we bought is around $119, but we actually had to pay $45 more to get the harness to be able to use the JBL system. We actually got another camera to upgrade the camera that it comes with, and it came with the microphone, all the harnesses. If you have a base model RAV4, you don't need to upgrade to the JBL harness. You should be okay with the harness that it comes with. The screen itself and the plastics are good quality. You just have to change a few things from the old head unit to this screen, like the vents and the buttons and a few of the clips on the back to make sure they clip in correctly. This is the backup camera wire, so you can start installing a few things when you have it off. We're gonna start pulling apart the old radio by removing the side plastics. They're just being held in with some clips, so disconnect it and take the plastic off. Do the same with the other side, and it's pretty easy. Once you're able to take all these plastics off, there should be around 4 screws, if I recall okay. And they're 8mm. You're gonna take 2 screws from each side just so you can remove the radio itself, and then the vent on top is also holding itself in with just a few plastics. Here you can see the big difference that it actually is. Um, both of the screens and everything is just a complete size difference. But we're gonna start recycling these clips. A few of the radios, it depends which radio you order. Some of them have these clips installed or they come with a bag of new ones. But on this one, we're gonna be recycling some of them. And the buttons and the vents, as you can tell, the vents we're actually also going to disconnect them from the previous plastic and put it in this new plastic. There's a few of the clips that we won't be using, especially like those brackets to hold the radio in, but that's just because this new screen is pretty much just a tablet. You have all the other stuff installed, it's a good idea to start connecting a few of the wires in just to make it easier. Everything has a place in its radio, so don't be scared to disconnect it. This black box is so the steering wheel controls work, and just make sure you connect everything where it goes. If you feel it doesn't go there or there's a gap, it probably doesn't go there. And if it goes in perfectly, that's the one you use. There's a few of the wires that are from the radio itself, like the car, that you won't use, and a few of these are for a lot of models, so there's a few that you won't use there also. We're gonna connect it just to start it up to make sure everything works correctly. For the backup camera, we're gonna have to grab power from our reverse lights. As you can tell, if we put it on the license plate, it's a little bit off center, so the camera itself, we're gonna put in the plastic down here. We're gonna have to remove a lot of plastics to be able to get to that light, but for the backup camera, we're just gonna run this wire, and then we're gonna remove the carpet and all of this plastic to be able to get to the wire back there. There's a few people that are able to get the wire from this little box, but if it's your first time, I recommend taking all the plastic away, and so you have more space to be able to install that backup camera. We're gonna check it out with a multimeter just to make sure, with a checker to make sure which one's the light. And it's actually a red wire if you go from the main harness, which is a lot easier than going one by one. So there, we're noticing that we get power to that wire, so it's gonna be the red wire. We're gonna be taking apart all these plastic things. We take out all the screws, all the carpet and the bottom, and just so we can take this plastic off. So we're going to be installing the red wire straight to that red wire in the harness. This is going to give power to the camera, and it's also going to send a signal back to the camera itself to let it know that it's in reverse, to make sure everything else turns off. It's a pretty straightforward. The red wire goes here and the black wire goes to ground, which could be in any screw or anything that's connected to the car. And then the other side of the wire that goes to the camera is going to be connected to the main harness in the radio. That's the one that receives the signal, and it knows that you put the car in reverse. If you need a better video of how to install a backup camera, I have a few more in my channel. Start connecting all the other wires. Like this one we don't really need because it's for aftermarket radio, but we're gonna install it just in case we ever have more speakers or we add a amplifier or something. But we're gonna start connecting everything back in its place and put it back on. Just remember to be careful so you align the clips correctly. Hope this video was of great help. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and continue to comment and tell me what other videos you guys want me to do. This video was already in Spanish, but I decided to make it in English because a lot of people were asking me questions about it.